Hello and привет, this is Sergey. Welcome back to Let Us Be Playing Chrono Trigger. If you will remember last time of play, we were about to finish off last Tevya. Now we have gotten tech points and experience points, and Dr. Zhivago has learned a new technique with name of Zhivago Zap. It is Zhivago Zap. It is a cut, and this will enable us to do a more advanced technique of Communism Unite of swords. It is a move where you hit the enemy with two swords, and it is more powerful than one sword, because that is math. Okay, so moving on, we go back into room where we left Tsar and his compatriots. They are suspicious, but they do not bother, so we leave. There is Lev again. This is always sign of trouble in Russia, and as you can see, they have turned into monsters. Here there is subtle political commentary about the Tsar and how he is really a snake, and I believe that it is a metaphor, like in an animal farm, except this time the animal is a snake, and instead of a farm it is an enemy fortress. At least I think it is metaphor. If they are trying to say that Tsar is literally snake, then perhaps they know something that I do not. I do not know. It is ambiguous as to what it means. That is why this is such a good game, because there are very many interpretations of text. Okay, we have completed that room of challenge, and now we move on to rest of Fortress time. We will subtly evade the Tevyas here in the corridor, except they say Gek. Yes, Gek was a fun toy from Nickelodeon. It was a toy of squishiness and abandon. Now probably now you say, Sergey, how do you know about a toy of Nickelodeon, which is capitalist cartoon network for kids to watch? And I respond to you by saying that in Russia we had competing and superior network of Nickolodeon. Yes, Nickolodeon is remembered fondly by every Russian girl and boy for having such wonderful shows as The Secret Life of Alex Shack, which was a show about a guy named Alex who was a communist sympathizer, and so he had to live in a shack, and the KGB broke into the shack and killed him. It was one episode. It was a very short show, and other shows such as Are You Afraid of Stalin? And it was about the Midnight Society who would meet in the woods around campfire, and they would be like, are you afraid of Stalin? And then the answer was yes, and they would put out the fire and go home. It was also a very short show. You know, the shows on Nickolodeon were very more concise and less boring and long than other shows on counterpart of Nickelodeon. So, and also there was a game show called Double Dare, where it is like, I dare you to say that communism sucks, and they are like, no, and then you jump in slime. That was many fond memories of this show. Okay, so back on topic. That is how I am knowing about Toy of Gek, because it was on Communist News Network of TV. Okay, so here I save the game on Sparkle Network, and now I am wishing that I had bought a shelter, because with shelter you can recover all of your points, and But you know, it is not a big deal because, you know, in Siberia we learn how to get along without any kind of shelter. So we are tough and hardy, and we have many shoe leathers to eat, so we will weather this storm without a problem. Okay, now we penetrate deeper into fortress walls, and here we find a chest of, wow, there is the shelter that I just could have used. That is called irony, because the chest is made of iron. That is why it is called that. Now we will go down staircase, but oh, it turns into a sliding trap. That is this oldest trick in book. It is book of tricks. It is a book for jokes. Okay, here there is a turtle who's sad and says, oh, why will no one be my friend? And we dance around him to mock his depression. Ah ha ha. Oh, this is great fun, but it grows boring rather quickly, so we move on to have confrontation with Flying Potato. This is a deadly enemy that you must avoid if ever you are to go in dungeon or cave. Because you will see potato and you will say, this potato looks tasty for me to eat, but it flies up on leathery wings of destruction and sucks all of your blood. It is much more dangerous than regular potato, so, you know, beware. Okay, here we are accosted by tag team of Flying Potato and also the Yellow Turtle Man. The origin of Yellow Turtle Man is that after Chernobyl happened, all of the turtles in the area were turned to yellow and they got helmets, and this was distressing because it was not, the people of Russia were not used to having turtles who could punch them and be yellow, and also they only take damage from fire magic. So after Chernobyl happened, fire magic became much more popular in Russia, and this is why, in case ever you were wondering about that. More chests are here to give us their contents. We will use them for a heal. Okay, great. Here there is a note on door. No entry. Okay, wow, this is worst note ever I have seen. That is really saying a lot, because I used to work as a delivery boy for Kremlin, and let us just say that they have picked people to work in Kremlin not because they are good at writing notes, but because they are loyal to Stalin. Not that there is anything wrong with that. It is good system which I endorse wholly, but you know, it makes for some crappy notes, believe you me. Alright. That guy slid down a banister like he thinks he's really cool, but he is not cool. He is a fool, and he needs to learn to stay in school. This is a Russian rap, which you have heard. Russia is famous for hip-hop. Another thing which perhaps you have not known. We made short work of those buffoons, and a second Skullman will teach us the way to victory. Aha, it sounds like there has been an openness for us to do. Ho ho. Once more foes appear for a combat. Is it a combat because the bats, we fought bats earlier. Okay, I apologize, that was bad joke. I used to work as stand-up comedian for a talent show. I do not like to talk about it, but let us just say that I ended up taking my best suit to dry cleaners for removal of borscht stains. Because in Russia we do not have fruits, so we use borscht, which is more plentiful but smells much worse. So, advice to you, if ever you become a stand-up comedian in Russia, you must wear hefty bags on your person at all times. That is my advice to you. So, we are about to come to end of today's adventure, but what is this? Another organ for us to do. The sweet notes of its music cause a wafting challenge which opens the stones of the very walls themselves in response. It is beautiful. Okay, next time I will see you. Do a comment and subscribe, because remember, It is the people who will subscribe to the stuff. Goodbye.